I think I'd always liked to design for people specifically. It was always about making people feel good and designing clothes specifically for that body type. My name is Victoria Jenkins. I'm the founder of Unhidden. So I won Enterprise Nation's Female Startup of the Year, Micro Businesses Business for Good and Holly Tucker's Business for Good. I'm the third most influential disabled person in the UK as part of the Shaw Trust Disability Power 100. Unhidden is a socially responsible and universally designed fashion brand for people with and without disabilities. Our mission statement is to normalise universal design. I was inspired to found Unhidden when I was in hospital in 2016 and a fellow patient had survived ovarian cancer, but she was left with 2 stomas, a line in her arm and 1 in her chest, and she couldn't dress how she wanted to for work but also at home, and she had to remove a lot of clothing to access her body, and I just thought that we could do better than that. First I started looking at the scale of the problem. You know, it's trying to do any disability. There's quite a lot of disabilities. It's a very broad spectrum, and within that there are various different access needs, and a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't always work. I've looked at wheelchair users, I've looked at people with stomas. There's just different construction methods and ways of adding access in to various garments. Really, really simple, small changes that have a huge impact. It didn't make sense to me with Unhidden to use the same sort of model and supply chains that other fashion brands have, especially not when they usually directly impact the very community that I'm trying to serve with the designs. We only use dead stock fabric, which means it's not fabric left over from other brands, then it's not going to landfill. And that's all sourced in Bulgaria where the factory is. So that's the supply chain, that's it. I don't work with sweatshops, and the fabric workers and the garment professionals in the factory are absolutely incredible and deserve to be paid. Collaborations for Unhidden, I think, are going to prove to be instrumental because it means bigger brands with bigger reach are talking with me and therefore engaging in inclusive design practice. So I'm partnered with Kurt Geiger, and they are hosting my first ever full runway show in February Fashion Week 2023. And they are also really supportive behind the scenes in sort of building contacts with other brands and other businesses. I've also got the licensing rights to Paw Patrol and SpongeBob SquarePants so that I can do kids wear, because kids obviously want to be able to dress like their friends, and I think it's really heartbreaking that so many disabled kids can't wear the same clothes as their friends. The next steps for Unhidden, I think, are going to be getting stock orders so that people are able to purchase a lot easier and there's not the longer shipping times, and it's also going to bring the price down, which is going to be obviously also very helpful for the community that I'm trying to serve, and expanding the colour range as well as the category. So I want to move into outerwear, I'd love to look at lingerie, I want to look at shoes and footwear and swimwear. There's, you know, every single area of design and fashion that we have needs more inclusive design.